So it's early morning on race day. This is warm-up and it's pretty tense in there. They don't want us filming inside because this is their last chance. They had to pretty much completely rebuild the bike, had a broken chassis, a broken fuel tank, many other parts have been changed. So they don't know. They haven't had a chance to test what their pit strategy is, what their fuel consumption will be. They're going to keep changing the fuel tank, and the riders need to feel comfortable that they can get on this bike and race for 8 hours. So it's pretty tense. How does it feel now that you know this is the setup that has to race?
You know, it's still a big question mark on the bike, so it was perfect, little crash, and the bike was hardly destroyed, you know, total damage. So we tried to fix everything what we could see, replaced everything, but since the crash the bike have some issues, so it's a gamble, so I don't feel so comfortable at the moment.
Unfortunately, I crashed yesterday night practice, so I'm really sorry to the team for the work. They worked until 3 in the night, so today was just to check the bike, and now we found the problem. Looking forward, tomorrow will be hot weather, so good for our tires, and yeah, hopefully we have a good race.
Just the main frame is still this from the crash, because these they like normally this frame. So we have two identical bikes, but they like one more than the other one. We have a spare bike, but every bike have a character, and they like this character more, so it's our race girl.
But even after dozens of crashes over the years, this team's backbone is still strong. Rooted in the rolling Austrian countryside, YART's brand new home is a haven of expertise, friendship and understanding. Not least from team manager and founding father, Mandy Kainz.
Biggest crash what I have and what was ended my career. I was last. I still wanted to win a sprint race. I came back to second place and then I had a huge crash. It was 7 months in hospital and to learn to walk again and everything. So I love the sport so much that I decided to found a team in 2000. Early stages I tried to race myself, but it was too painful, and to organize everything, to be truck driver, manager, everything in one person is quite impossible. So, and step by step we improved. We got access to better rider, better material, better rider. And finally we got in 2009 the first title.
Today, a second title is still on the cards as the championship roars on at a searing hot Slovakia Ring. Well, the grid is assembled on a baking hot day here at the Slovakia Ring. It's about 51, 52 degrees track temperature. Championship leading bike, the Suzuki over there, is way back in 5th on the grid. In second on the grid is the GMT 94. They're second in the championship. And third in the championship, the Kawasaki isn't even here. So a real chance for the YART team to make up some places in the championship. Here's the bike in pole position. Let's see if we can dive in behind and have a quick word. It must be great to be on the front row of the grid finally this year. And what can you do off the front?
Yeah, you know, it's really nice to get a pole, but you know, it's a 8-hour race, so after the start it doesn't really matter so much, but it's good to be at this end of the grid. So.
And finally, obviously the bike had quite a major rebuild. In warm-up, did it feel good? Did it feel right?
Yeah, no, it felt really good again in warm-up. They found a broken part on the bike yesterday, which was really good, and we found the problem, I think, so this is really positive, and felt good this morning, so all riders were fast, so it's a good thing.
Starting from pole, Brock Parks immediately begins to hunt down fellow Aussie Josh Hook, who took off like a bullet. Within half an hour, he has a clear track in front of him. 3.8 seconds behind, a storm rages. It's time for the first pit stop. Time for Kota Nozane to step up. Kota, absolutely loving this tricky sweeping track, has been blazing fast from the first practice sessions and sets off in full ninja mode, only for a safety car to pull up and wipe out his advantage over GMT 94. Undeterred, Nozane retakes the lead before handing over to Marvin Fritz and heading for the pool.
走って結構自分の予想してたより結構気温も高かったですし、ちょっとその路面温度も高くて結構厳しかったんですけど、なんとかトップを守れて、ちょっとそこはまだ良かったかなと。
Little does he know, a titanic struggle is about to unfold on the other side of the pit lane. Not quite in touch with the brakes on the new bike, Marvin hits the gravel twice during his stint. The team grit their teeth and cross their fingers as Brock Parks is sent out to save the day. It's still possible. But, as you know, endurance racing has a soft spot for drama. A part as modest as a chain bracket bolt can ruin your race in a snap. Back in the box for the second time around, seconds become minutes. Minutes that feel like hours. And when Marvin came in for his pit, didn't he? I think he said he thought there was something wrong with the chain.
He heard already, but I didn't want to give up the lead or the victory, so we tried to continue, but looked like it was not possible, so Brock had to come in.
And we could see that Brock was frustrated when he went out. He was doing some great lap times, and frustrated when he came in. How do you manage that side of things?
Frustration is a quite positive description of his mood. So I think he was really pissed off.
Laps behind their championship rivals, and with just over 2 hours to go, Team YART knows they've been robbed of a fighting chance. Still, they man up, setting times that would have won the race. Would have, could have, should have.
The thing was, I spent 10 laps, I think, maybe riding around, letting them know about the problem. So when I came in, I was expecting the problem to be fixed and not sent back again. Yeah. So that was the disappointing thing. But, you know, I just hope that we can, you know, turn it around in Suzuka and maybe something go our way. So Suzuka's, for me, the biggest race for the year, and I just want to go to Suzuka now and I have a clear head.
So what should have been a Midsummer Night's Dream for the team has turned into a bit of a nightmare. Some positives to take away, of course. Some great, consistent lap times, some brilliant riding by young Kota Nozane, and the tyres performed brilliantly, but ultimately, massive disappointment. I guess we'll have to wait until the land of the rising sun to get that elusive win.